I couldn't believe I was being held at gunpoint by the convenience store owner. I thought they were the ones who got held up, not the other way around. And yet there I was, standing in an empty Quick Mart with a gun pointed at my head. The man said he was on to me, that even though he didn't know exactly how, I had to be doing something fishy. That he just simply couldn't believe there was any way for a person to win the lottery 5 times in just 3 months, let alone from his single store. I tried to tell him that I wasn't doing anything illegal, or cheating, or breaking any rules, that I just had a simple system I was using, and that it happened to work really incredibly well. Heck, I even offered to share it with him, but the angry man just wouldn't listen. And I was afraid that I was about to die. And I shudder to think of what would have happened if a group of teenagers hadn't come into the store right then, forcing the raving mad business owner to quickly put away his .44 caliber. But as soon as they did, I ran for my life, making it to my car and burning rubber as I peeled out of the parking lot and towards the safety of my home. Until that night, I'd been on such a high. I mean, I'd won more than $324,000 in the last 4 months, just by playing the lotto and using a deceptively simple system I'd created to predict winners. I'd settled all my debts, some of which had been haunting me for years. I'd taken my family to Disney World for 2 weeks, where we stayed in their royalty suite and really did live like kings. I'd been able to buy my 2 sons all of the clothing that they'd been wanting for years, new basketball shoes, top-of-the-line new bikes, everything. I'd even just closed on the house of my dreams, a 2-story brick home in a beautiful, quiet neighborhood in the best school district in the entire county. But having that gun pointed at my head sure snapped me back into reality in a hurry. I realized that if I was going to keep using this breakthrough system that I'd created, and keep building long-term wealth by putting more and more money in the bank with it, I need to start being a lot more careful. Because here's the truth. Once you know how to crack the lotto code, which is what I want to share with you in this short presentation, there are going to be a lot of people who aren't happy about it. As you hold winner after winner for months at a time, you'll have to start rotating the convenience stores where you buy your tickets, because the owners hate having to pay out cash from their registers. And even when you win the larger prizes, $4,000, $14,000, maybe $140,000 or so, these store owners and managers still won't be happy. They become afraid that the state will start investigating them and trying to figure out what makes their store so special. That's the thing, though. It has nothing to do with their store, and everything to do with how you're picking your numbers. That's the secret to how I've managed to win the lotto 5 times in the last 3 months, and 14 times in the last 2 years. These winners weren't all major jackpots, by the way. Some of the tickets were just for $8,000 or $14,000. Not enough to make you rich, but certainly enough to make your life a whole heck of a lot better. And it's the same secret a small handful of other lucky people have used to do the same thing once I shared it with them. People like Edward M Barber from Sunnyvale, California.
Kenneth, I'm just writing this quick note to thank you for your changing my life. This month I've already hit the lotto 3 times for $13,200, $120,182, and $38,492 respectively. Some months aren't quite as crazy as this, but regardless, I've been averaging around $22,000 per month, and it's all thanks to your system. And speaking of your system, I still can't believe how easy it is to use. Even a toddler could use it. I'm glad you're not going to share this info with too many people, because if you did, I think the lottery would go out of business.
And Anthony Hill from Los Angeles, California, who says,
I can't believe it. 5 wins of $5,000 per more over the last 3 months. If you told me a few months ago that I'd be winning like this, I would have said that you were crazy. But your formula is so easy to use and it's so insanely accurate. Now I know that my family and me will be financially set for life.
And Richard Hufford from Garfield Heights, Ohio, who says,
When a friend of mine shared your website with me, I thought it was nuts. There's no system to beat the lottery. I said, you're crazy. But after watching him hit his third jackpot in 6 months for a total of over $1,242,000 in winnings, I thought maybe he's not so crazy after all. So I decided to give this a try. And my God, am I happy that I did. I just hit my first jackpot for $124,000, and it's only been 29 days. I can't wait to keep winning.
Now, as a professionally trained statistician, if you had asked me just 3 years ago if there was some secret to winning the lottery multiple times, or to actually knowing in advance what the winning numbers were going to be, I would have probably laughed in your face and called you a fool. I mean, I did know that on some level the games all had to be beatable, because they've been designed by humans, and therefore it was impossible for them to be flawless. But if winning the lottery not just once, but even multiple times was so easy, then we'd all be millionaires, right? Fat chance of that, I thought. And until just a few years ago, I'd never even bought a lottery ticket in my life. But all that changed last year. The Powerball jackpot had just hit more than a couple of hundred millions, and as the night of the drawing arrived, it seemed like all anyone was talking about on the news or at work was this. Now, my job had some stability, but it didn't pay much, and I was also carrying a lot of debt on my shoulders, something that constantly seemed to be weighing my family down and holding us back from getting ahead in life. And I always did feel like I was always just scraping by. I certainly never was in a position to buy or even drive a fancy sports car, or to live in a nice home where I felt like my family would be both comfortable and safe. A lot of months I wasn't even sure about where the money would come from to pay for my kids' school supplies, or to put 3 healthy meals on the table. My wife was working investigated Joan Ginther, who won $5.4 million in a 1993 Lotto Texas drawing, then hit it big in 3 scratch-off games, $2 million in Holiday Millionaire in 2006, $4 million in Millions and Millions in 2008, and $10 million in the $140 million Extreme Payoff in 2010. And how about the case of the lucky archery man who won in 2009 $17 million in the Canadian lottery after he has won other 4 jackpots of $1 million, $100,000, $57,000, and $1.3 million. Or the case of the 4th Smith woman, who won more than $7 million after beating the lottery for the 3rd time. Or the case of the Florida man who first won $3 million and the next year he cashed in another jackpot of $10 million. Or the amazing story of the Panama City Beach man who won the Florida lottery twice in less than 6 months, becoming an instant millionaire. Or the fantastic case of the man who won the Play 4 lottery 568 times, collecting more than $2.8 million in just 15 months. These are just a few of the cases of apparently normal people who had won the lottery not once or twice, but 4 times, 5 times, or even 568 times during a very short amount of time. And it seemed kind of weird to me that this was going on. That there was just this tiny group of people in this country who were really, really lucky. Or were they? I looked at the probability of all this, by the way, and I saw that for any pick-six type game, the odds of winning around about 1 in 13 million. Obviously, those aren't great odds, but they just made me even more curious about what these multiple winners were doing that I wasn't. I mean, did they have some sort of Lotto winning secret? Did they know something that the rest of us didn't? I just had to know. It was causing me to lose sleep at night. And so, over the next 6 months, I did something pretty crazy. I did some detective work and found out their phone numbers. Then I started picking up the phone and giving them a call. At first, a lot of these folks were pretty guarded. After all, once you've won hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars in the lottery, a lot of people want to be your friend, but they may not all have the best intentions. That's actually something you're going to need to remember, because after I show you how my winning number system works, and you start winning a pretty good-sized payout pretty much every month, $5,000 or so here, 14 or so, $1,000 there, on and on and on, you're probably going to have a lot of friends, family, neighbors, and even complete strangers try to ask you for money, especially if you're not careful and don't keep a low profile. So please, make sure you're smart about your winnings. Well, anyways, it turned out that most of these multi-time winners were actually pretty good folks. And after I explained to them who I was, and that I was just curious because I was a mathematician, but that I wasn't after their newly earned wealth, most of them had no problem spilling the beans and letting me write down what their secret was. It was really interesting. Of the 30 different multi-winners I talked to, 27 of them had a personal formula or method that they swore was the key to hitting 4, 5, even 6 numbers on a draw again and again. What was also really fascinating was that while none of these folks were using the same exact method, the more I looked at my notes and studied each formula or system that they'd given me, the more I started to realize that they all shared some important similarities. Well, being a statistician and a total math nut, I began crunching numbers like you wouldn't believe. I took their different formulas and played around with them, combining the key elements of each, and adding a few additional principles of probability that I knew should increase the chances of predicting a winner even more. I became obsessed with reviewing the winning draws for all of the different major lotteries each night to see if the formula I was slaving over was showing any promise. For a good long while, about a year total I'd say, I didn't have anything to show for my hard work. And then it happened. I was on the 127th variation of the formula, and I just used it to try to predict the winning numbers for the most recent Fantasy 5 drawing. As usual, I went online to check what the real winning numbers were, but what I saw made my heart stop. The system I'd been working on had accurately predicted every single number, all 5 of them. Well, at first I was actually really mad. If I'd actually bought a ticket using my numbers, I would have won $229,881. That sucked. And I started kicking myself for being stupid, until I realized something. The formula I'd been creating and perfecting for nearly 2 years seemed to have worked. Of course, it could have been a fluke, so I had to keep testing it. But you better believe I didn't just watch from the sidelines anymore. Instead, I took about $40 and bought tickets for several different popular games. Things like Mega Millions, Powerball, Fantasy 5, etc. And sure enough, 4 days later, bam, there it was. I was holding a 5,200 winner right in my hand. And another 10 days after that, Bam! There it was again. I'd hit 4 numbers plus the Powerball for a prize of almost $50,000. And another 20 days after that, I really hit it big time when I nailed another Fantasy 5 ticket worth just under $200,000. Fortunately, I'd actually bought the ticket this time. It was incredible. I couldn't believe what was happening, and it didn't seem real until I drove down to the state lottery office and collected my checks and put them in the bank. You probably don't have to be told how good that felt, to suddenly not have to worry about money anymore, to be able to pay off all your debts, to buy an Escalade for your wife, or a Porsche for yourself, or a BMW for your kid, or really any car you've ever wanted. To see the looks on the guys at the dealership's face when they ask to run a credit check on you, and you say, no, I'll just go ahead and pay cash. Or to become a hero to your whole family, to suddenly make more in a few months of playing the lotto than you'd earned in the last 10 years of working 40, 60, even 80 hours per week. Well, over the next few months, I kept using my formula and I won 2 more times. No, I wasn't making millions upon millions of dollars, but I was hitting prizes worth anywhere from a few thousand to a few $100,000, and that was okay by me. The Lotto office started to look at me really funny as I made the trip to see them every few weeks. I think they were half amused and half concerned, but they couldn't do anything about it. They knew, just like you do, that it's impossible to cheat the lottery. And I wasn't doing anything unethical or wrong. I had simply taken the common elements in each of the 27 multi-time winners' formulas, studied what seemed to be so special about them, modified them using advanced additional probability theory, and with the help of a hand-picked group of 10 mathematicians, statisticians, and computer experts, I developed an automated plug-and-play lottery-winning software called Lottery Defeated. With it, you could finally defeat the lottery, start winning, and be able to achieve whatever you want in life. It's something that anyone can do, even a 5th grader. And the best thing is that all the math and hard work calculating the numbers and the long formulas is automatically done for you. So, even if you have trouble with basic math, or you're not very skilled with computers, it actually doesn't matter. All it takes is just 3 easy steps. Step 1. You simply log into your Lottery Defeated and choose Powerball, Mega Millions, or your favorite local lottery. Step 2. With just 1 click using the special Smart Pick tool, the software will automatically generate the most likely winning numbers using the very same special formula used by multiple lottery winners. Step 3. That's it. All you have to do now is just play the special numbers generated by Lottery Defeated. That's exactly what Mitchell K. Rodriguez of Oakland City, Indiana did.
Success? Kenneth, this is so amazing. Even though this is my 3rd time winning this month, I still get shocked by how easy your software is to use. Seriously, you're not lying when you say it does all the work for you. I just log in, choose the lottery I want to play, and the software automatically gives me winners.
And J.S. Hammond of Dallas, Texas, who says,
check out this picture I've attached. Do you like it? That's my new 2023 Mercedes SL55. Oh, and see the one next to it? The Porsche? Well, that one's for my wife. She likes to call it her new toy. But anyways, I'm sending these pictures because your Lottery Defeated software is the thing that made this all possible. When I hit $750,000 in the Powerball 2 months ago using your formula, my life changed forever. The fact that I keep winning, well, now it's just getting absurd. But thank you 1,000 times for telling others about this.
Now, it's important that you do understand that you're not going to win every time. You also may not win the Powerball jackpot next week. Sorry, but that's just realistic. But if you're okay with winning $5,200, $12,800, $30,000 or so on the tickets you buy on a pretty regular basis, and also occasionally hitting a smaller size jackpot that's worth between $240,000 and $2 million or so, and doing it over the course of about 3 to 6 months, then the lottery defeated software I've created will work brilliantly for you. Okay, so you're probably pretty anxious to know more about why the lottery defeated software works so well and why it's the #1 choice of so many multiple lottery winners across the country. Well, lottery defeated software has a couple of major features which you won't find anywhere else. Let me explain. First of all, the software is based on a 24/7 live numbers database, which we proudly call the winning treasure. More exactly, the winning treasure is a complete collection of all the thousands and thousands of winning and losing lottery numbers from both national and local lotteries since 1985. Just imagine, that's more than 30 years of numbers collected. To gather all these combinations would be almost impossible for a single person, but we did all the hard work and put them inside the lottery defeated software. The winning treasure is a must if you want to stand a chance against the lottery. Why? Because the software takes all this historical data, analyzes it, and compares it to the most recent winning lotto draws all across the country. This way, the software eliminates 90% of the losing or repeated number combinations, focusing only on those combinations with a high potential to be drawn. All this is done 24/7 in 100% real time, making sure that all the results are absolutely accurate. Again, this would be absolutely impossible to do, even for a world-renowned genius. Then, and here lies the true secret of the lottery-defeated software, it takes all the data into the special lottery formula used by the top multiple lottery winners and analyzes it against more than 12,400 numerical and statistical variables, so that in the end, the software eliminates as much as possible from the losing numbers patterns. To provide you with the maximum accuracy, the most likely number combinations that have the best chance to hit and turn you into a lottery winner and possibly a millionaire. Of course, this absolutely unique algorithm, combined with the secret formula of multiple lottery winners, is not 100% bulletproof. And it's only logical. Not even multiple lottery winners have won the lottery every single time. But they hit the jackpot not only once, but many times with it, making them millionaires for the rest of their lives. I think, in the end, this is what matters. Not how many times you've played the lottery, but how many times you've won it. You may find that you've won only a small prize of a few $1,000s or so the first time. Or you may not win the first time at all. Either way, don't get discouraged. The numbers don't lie, and it's only a short matter of time until you're going to hit. As a good rule of thumb, you should target winning once or twice per month for a payout of around $20,000. Some months you may only win $10,000, and other months you may hit a bunch of winners, or a jackpot and find yourself cashing a check for $200,000. Winning a jackpot is an incredible feeling, but I think it's important to set realistic expectations, which is why I say to shoot for $20,000 or so per month. Keep repeating for as long as you want. This can become your full-time job if you want it to, and you'll be amazed at the long-term consistency. All lotto games in the world have the same principles. So this will always work for you, even if a particular game gets retired or a new one hits the streets. That's really it. Although, like I mentioned before, I do recommend that you try to keep a low profile. Go to different convenience stores so you don't anger the owner and get a gun pulled on you like I did. It's probably also a good idea to hire a financial planner and an accountant after your first few wins. While sometimes they can sort of be the fun police, they'll also help you make sure that you're investing your hundreds of thousands or millions smartly so you can turn the cash you win into even more money. Oh, right. And also, you might want to donate some of the money you make to charity or a good cause. Not at first, because you'll probably be more focused on making lump cash payments to settle any debts you may have, or buying a new house, or getting your spouse a new Lexus, or taking your kids on vacation. But once you've won your 6th, 7th, 10th, heck, even 15th time over a couple-year period, I just think it's important to not get greedy and to give a little back to some deserving charity. One of the most important lessons I learned after being pretty wealthy now is to give back. and help those people who are less fortunate. After you reach a certain amount in the bank and you have everything you desire, the money in the bank account would just be a number. Trust me, giving back will provide more satisfaction than having all the money in the world. Alright, so by now you're probably wondering how you get your hands on the Lottery Defeated software. Well, I've had a lot of friends and family ask me that same question, and for a while I was debating what the best way to share this information would be. Ultimately, what I decided to do was to put everything online so that anyone, anywhere, can easily and confidently access it 24/7 on their laptops, smartphones, or tablets. I think that by giving you the access to the same software I've used to hit several pretty major winning tickets over the past 3 years, it can sort of be my version of giving back, which, as I just mentioned, is pretty important to me. Plus, I remember how awful it is to feel like you're financially struggling, like you're always getting hammered with bills, like there's just always some unexpected expense popping up that makes you go, where are we going to find the money for this? I'm not saying that's you, because truthfully, I don't know. But what I am saying is I remember how much it hurt to always be saying no to my children when they tried to put a $4.50 box of name brand cereal in the cart while we were grocery shopping. Or they bought a $9 action figure up to the checkout line, and I simply couldn't risk buying it for them and not being able to pay our electric bill. And I love that feeling of financial security I now experience on a daily basis. I love that new car smell that all of my luxury vehicles have. And I love that each of my children's college funds now has $65,000 in them. Cash that's completely safe and that will provide them with an incredible head start for the rest of their lives. The Lottery Defeated software is only available here on this website, and I can't let too many people know it exists because while I do want to give back, if everyone had access to this incredibly simple but proven automated software formula, well, it could seriously shut down the whole lottery system in the US, and then none of us could win. Up until now, I've had it priced here for $950. That may sound like a lot, but if you're winning even just $4,000 in your first month, which is less than pretty much everyone else who has used the system has won, then you can see why $950 is a pretty small investment. But like I said, I had priced it at $950. That was in the beginning, but today I'm going to do something a little bit crazy. You see, I'm limiting the number of copies of the Lottery Defeated software to 175 total. After that, this website goes down and no one else can get it because, like I mentioned before, we can't have too many winners here. Well, 124 people have already gotten their hands on this guide, accessed it immediately online, and used it to win anywhere from tens of thousands to even a couple $1 million in the past 6 months. And I'm starting to get a little nervous that the lottery corporations are going to come after me for sharing this with people, even though it's 100% legal and doesn't do anything wrong, which is why I've decided to slash the price of the Lottery Defeated software even more so that you don't have to pay $950, not even $650, for instant access to this life-changing lottery software and make it available to you today for just $197. You can get it now by clicking that Buy Now button you see below. One more thing. To make the Lottery Defeated software even more powerful, I've added 4 major additional features, which you will get absolutely for free, such as Bonus Feature 1, Hourly Winning Numbers Updates. No more searching online for last draw results. All real-time lottery updates are now conveniently in just one place. Current results, past results, last week results, even last year's results for all your favorite lotteries. Bonus Feature 2, real-time updates for Powerball, Mega Millions, and all 50 state lotteries. This is another useful feature. Find out when the next draw will take place, what's the size of the current jackpot, what's the cash value or yearly annuity, right at your fingertips. Bonus Feature 3, 24/7, 365 days a year, complete coverage and live analysis of winning and losing numbers. If you really want to win big, you will definitely benefit from the crucial information of hot and cold numbers, overdue numbers, Powerball numbers frequency chart, and more. Bonus Feature 4, Unique Number Matcher feature. Did you win? Tens of millions of dollars are lost every year because many people win but have no idea that they did so. Now you will never run the risk of having a winner ticket and not knowing about it. Just enter the numbers you've played on your ticket and see how much you've won. And the best part is you can verify up to 10 number combinations at the same time. Oh, and one more thing. Here's a little secret, and I hope the lottery masters won't find out about this. All this wonderful stuff is just the beginning. In the next month or so, together with an elite group of lottery winners who have hit jackpots of at least $50 million or more, we will add even more features to Lottery Defeated. All these special features, which I cannot disclose right now, are designed to dramatically increase your chances of winning in the shortest amount of time possible. Unfortunately, when these special features will be released, I will have to double the price of the software. But if you want to get all the future extra features for free, and if you do want to crush the lottery and start winning on a full-time basis, it really is important that you act right now. A lot of hardworking and deserving people without much money have been begging me for months to give away my system like I'm doing right now. Oh right, and one final thing I should tell you. Over the last 6 months, as I've been talking to some of the people who are using the Lottery Defeated software to make a 6-figure income off about $30 or $40 per week in tickets, they've been telling me that there are some other websites on the internet that also talk about winning the lottery. It's pretty despicable, but they've been saying that a lot of these sites are run by people who have no idea what they're talking about. Well, you read my story and you saw proof with your own eyes that the results I've gotten are 100% real and that the repeat winnings of the people I've helped so far are 100% real. But because I know trust is big, I'm also going to go one step further and offer you a 100% money-back guarantee that's good for a full 60 days. Here's how it works. You simply click the Buy Now button that you see below this presentation now. Once you do that and enter your information via the secure checkout page I've set up, you'll be taken to a special members area where you get instant access to the Lottery Defeated software. Just imagine, you log in and instantly you'll get the special number combinations that could literally make you a millionaire. No more random guessing. No more mathematical calculations. No more searching for past winning numbers. Ask yourself, do you really want to win the lottery? Then you must do what multiple lottery winners did to win hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. Use their special winning formula, which is now improved and available only with the Lottery Defeated software. While others will keep using their lucky birthday numbers and never win, you will use the mathematical, statistical, and scientific power of multiple lottery winners, so that sooner than you think, maybe even at the next draw, you will be part of the select group of millionaire lottery winner. I think the choice is obvious here. Don't pass this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and live the rest of your life full of regret. Click the Buy Now button and try out the system for a full 60 days with absolutely no risk. I already know you're going to get some big wins here, but I also know that seeing is believing, which is why I want you to experience the magic of holding winner after winner for yourself. So if for any reason you're not happy with your decision over the next 2 months, or if you only average $6,000 per month and you wanted to be making more, simply send an email to the address I'll give you inside the members area and I will refund your full investment. So really, what do you have to lose? You're basically just saying maybe to a lottery prediction system that's already helped many other people, just like you, to make an average of 6 figures in the last 6 months. And if you change your mind, that's fine. It's no skin off my back, and you get your investment returned. I don't think that's going to happen though, because the Lottery Defeated software has been proven to work again and again and again. It takes the best elements of some of the most successful repeat lotto winners' systems and combines them into a formula that's more powerful than any one of those systems alone. So go ahead and try it out for yourself now by clicking the Buy Now button right below. But remember, there are only 51 copies of this left. And once we hit that magic number of 175, this website goes down for good. Ultimately, the choice is yours, but can you really see any reason not to change your life today? If not, then go ahead and make your move now, and you'll have access to the entire system in about 2 minutes from now. It's that easy. To a life of wealth and happiness. Kenneth. Are you still here? That's okay. I understand that you still may have some questions, and I'll do my best to answer them right here so that you can feel 100% comfortable with your small investment today. 1. Isn't the lottery completely random? Nope. That's the thing that a lot of people get confused by. The lottery isn't completely random. Instead, it's a game designed by humans, which means that ultimately, it has to be beatable. That's why you actually hear about people finding flaws in the lotto and making a fortune as a result. A few years ago, a group of MIT students did just that and won about $8 million. They got in trouble, but they weren't even doing anything wrong. They just found a mistake. There are actually a lot of stories like that, but it's important to remember that what I'm showing you is completely legal and ethical and not cheating. It might feel kind of weird when you win so often, but you're not doing anything wrong. 2. How did you come up with the lottery defeated software again? What I did was study 27 of the secret formulas from repeat lotto winners. I analyzed each of those formulas and realized that they all shared some common things. So then I took the common elements of each of these 27 systems, combined them with some advanced statistical probability theory, and created my own formula. It took me more than a year to perfect this, and I actually tried 126 different variations before I finally found the one that works. 3. How do I use the lottery defeated software to win the lottery multiple times? Using the lottery defeated software is super easy, even for a 5th grader. First, you log in and choose your favorite lottery. Then, you use the Smart Pick feature that will automatically generate up to 10 number combinations that you can play right away. That's all there is to it. Of course, there are also more advanced features like the Powerball Frequency Analyzer or the Hot and Overdue number options, which you may use to further increase your chances of winning. But I want to be completely honest with you. You're not going to win the lotto every time. Not even multiple lottery winners can do this every single time they play the game. But by using this software, you could become the next jackpot winner by increasing your chances of winning from unlikely to extremely high. 4. How much money can I expect to win using the lottery defeated software? I like to tell people to expect an average of about $20,000 per month. There are some months where you won't win that much, and other months where you'll win a lot more. Generally, you'll be targeting about 2 decent-sized wins per month. One thing that's nice about this system is that you generally don't just get 1 or 2 numbers right. It predicts between 4 and 6. That means the prizes you'll win tend to be a lot higher than just a few $100s. 5. What are the terms of the guarantee again? That one's pretty simple. You get the lottery defeated software for yourself right now by hitting the Buy Now button that you see below. Then use the system for a full 2 months and see just how much money it will make you. If for any reason you change your mind, just send me an email and I'll refund your investment. You have a full 2 months. 6. How do I get the lottery defeated software? Simple. Click the Buy Now button that you see below. You'll then have instant access to my guide, my formula, my winning tips, everything you need to start hitting big tickets for big payouts. It's that simple.